test for us. But I mean, we're gonna do what we do. Play our game, our brand of football. But it's gonna be a fun game.
Another defense that loves to force takeaways, particularly interceptions. You got Deron Bland over there, I think he's got 11 on the season. I think I may have asked you something similar before. But is there anything you can do as a receiver to kind of help out with ball security when the ball's in the air, just your routes or things like that?
Obviously, running precise routes is super important. But I mean, when the ball's in the air, if it's short or anything, you got to play DB. We're going to go against DBs like that because they'll turn those balls in the air into interceptions. So whatever it is we got to do so that they don't catch it, PI, whatever it is, OPI, turning into a DB if it's one of those 50-50 balls and we can't get it. But for the most part, I mean, if we're running good routes and being precise, quarterback's putting it where he should, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
There's so much on the line this week and then in the coming weeks, and Dan kind of said you guys are treating it like a playoff atmosphere. And then he said it's all because of the people that you guys have been able to build this. What do you see as a consistent factor in the people in this room that have gotten you guys to this point?
Yeah, I think, we have a selfless group, a group that's, just wants the best for everyone. A lot of us have been here for the start of Campbell when he first got here. Obviously some new players, some rookies and whatnot, but a lot of the core group, has been here, knows what it looks like, what it has looked like. So we're just we're grateful where we're at, but we know there's a lot more to be done. We got a great opponent in Dallas. It's going to be a big test for us going into the playoffs. So we got to be able to, play well against these good opponents at this point in the season, going into the playoffs, like I said. So, it's going to be a good test, but we have a good group, a selfless group, a team that just wants to win.
So following up on that, where did you guys start to believe and trust in what Campbell was doing? It'd be easy not to believe it because it hadn't been done. When did you guys start to think this way, these people, this group was going to work?
I would say, I always believed as a player when I got here, but some things obviously when you're not winning games, it's kind of tough. So I would say my rookie year was tough. We only won 3 games, and then going into the second year, it was tough again at the start. We were 1-6, but I think once we started winning, we got like 4 in a row. I think the whole, attitude of the team changed from then on. We knew how to win. We were figuring out how to win games, and ever since then, I feel like everyone bought in, and I feel like, people were able to see that towards the end of last year. And then going into this year, we knew we had an even better team, a lot of the same guys that, we can do what we did last year, but if we start off, stronger, we'll be able to, have a better record towards the end of the year, and that's what we did, and we're here now. So like I said, I've always believed, I can't speak for everyone, but it definitely was a process.
That video at the start of the year we've seen from the team meeting where he said division champions and everything else. Did you believe then?
Definitely. That was the start of start of this year. So, like I said, everyone, I think, at that point was already believing. So, no doubt in anyone's mind that we felt like we can, at that point in time, that we can go out and do it. And, we did it. So, still got a lot of work left, but that was definitely, a goal of ours going into the season.
So you're the 4th player, I think, in NFL history to have 300 catches in the first 3 seasons. Have a shot to have the most receptions ever after 3 years. How meaningful is that to you?
It's awesome. It's humbling. It's cool. But I think winning is the most important thing. It's the best feeling I feel like as a team because you work so hard from OTAs to camp to the beginning of preseason to how long the season is. And just to be able to enjoy wins with your teammates, I think is the best feeling in this league. So we did that 11 times this year, and all 11 felt great. But like I said, we got 2, obviously the Cowboys this week, but 2 big opponents coming up before we head in the playoffs. So it's going to be a good test for us. I'm excited for it. I think we all are.
What is the key to sustaining that production? Maybe it goes back to that mirror that I asked you about last week, but is there, how do you explain why you've been so steady for 3 straight years?
I don't know. I feel like it has to do with a multitude of things. Obviously me, myself, who I am, the people that I'm surrounded with, the coaches, my teammates, my family, just everyone combined, I think is, a part of the reason why I've been able to do what I do. But again, you're only as good as your last week, so I got to keep going.
Well, last year you didn't really get a shot to show much at Dallas just based on the situation. Is there a motivating factor there? Are you excited to sort of get back on that field, play on that stage against that team?
Yeah, last year was kind of unfortunate what happened, but I'm excited to go out and play. I only was able to play like, I don't know, like barely two drives that game. So I'm just excited to be, back out there with the guys, prime time, against a good team this late in the season. Actually, with a team that hasn't lost at home, it's going to be fun.
Is that something you guys take pride in? Is the opportunity to give them their first home loss of the year, or something that motivates you, so to speak?
I wouldn't say that's something that we're thriving is to give them the first home loss. A win is a win in this league, but we understand how well they play at home, and it's going to be a challenge, going there to play because they put up so many points on offense, they play so well on defense when they're at home. So we realize that, but like I said, we got to go out there and play our game. We can't, have any distractions, let anything, us, clinching the division we don't want that to get in the way of what we have to do this week.
I'm sure you're getting a lot of appreciation from friends, family, fans about the fantasy implications that you've helped provide through teams. Are there any that have stood out? Any fun messages that you've gotten?
I get like over, I don't know how many DMs every day about fantasy. I don't read all of them. I can't even read all of them. I can't even click all of them. But I'm aware of the fantasy people that love fantasy. I don't play fantasy, but I mean, for all those that do, you're welcome.
The message this week has been to kind of refocus, and you being, kind of as consistent as they come. What's your role in helping just the rest of the team refocus, be consistent, and come back the next week the same way you went into this week?
I think the way I practice, the way I carry myself. I'm not a big rah-rah guy. I don't like to speak too much unless I have to. So hopefully, my teammates see, the way that I work. Every week it doesn't change whether we win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna come out the same, that same week, work the same way that I did the week prior. So just that way. And our coaches do a great job of keeping us focused, delivering the messages that they want to get across. Campbell does a great job of that. So, with them, with the coaches doing what they do, I don't really have to do much besides just be me.
How quickly did the focus shift to Dallas after you guys clinched the division?
I would say pretty quick. We celebrate obviously the day of in the locker room. Next day we had off. It was Christmas, and then we came in that next. What was that? Was that yesterday? Tuesday. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Came in Tuesday, and as we talked about it real brief in the team meeting room, and then it was moving on to Dallas. We got right into it. So it was a quick turnaround for us, and that's how it's supposed to be. I feel like we had time to enjoy it, but we got more things to accomplish this year than just winning the division.
How important is a fast start for the offense? Just you don't want that defense to sort of unleash that pass rush, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us on offense, we're gonna have to be able to stay on schedule. That's the biggest thing, especially with that pass rush that they have. Taking care of the football, ball security is gonna be huge. So all that combined, I mean, we're gonna have to be able to mix run and pass, everything. It's gonna have to, we're gonna have to be on our P's and Q's because that defense, if you let them get started, I mean, they're kind of hard to stop. So we're gonna have to be, execute, be where we're supposed to be at the receiver position. And I think, man, it'll be a good matchup between us.
What do you think of Bland? I mean, he's obviously, put up some big interception numbers, giving up some big plays too. Just some thoughts on him.
Yeah, he's a good corner. You watch him on tape. He's smart. He jumps routes well. He knows when to take chances. So as for us as receivers, you have to be aware of that. Obviously, the quarterbacks are in tune with that. But we got to be precise in our routes. Can't tip anything away because he's the type of corner that is looking for all those little tips and giveaways that you're running when you're running your route to maybe jump it. So we got to be on our stuff because even him and Gilmore, they're two good